My name is Cesar Juarez, and I identify more as a Mexican American. And the reason why I say Mexican American is because of my nationality. I'm from Mexico, but I've lived in this country for over 22 years, and so over those years, I've already adapted or accepted many of the American culture. I've lived in the U.S. more than in Mexico, so that's why I identify as a Mexican American. Mexican because that's where my nationality is from and where the vast majority of my culture is from. But also American because I've lived and called the US my home, and I am proud of living in the US and accepted some of its cultures from this country. A system of oppression that my community faces almost daily is the system of oppression of nativism. Nativism is the fear of immigrants, the fear, the hatred of refugees, or just anyone that is perceived as an immigrant or a refugee. Those who are nativists blame the bad economy, for example, blame crime. They blame immigrants for horrible things that's happening in our community, in our nation. And so, as a Mexican American, as an immigrant from Mexico, we have been victims of nativism. Um, a horrible example, but at the same time, a good example of this is Donald Trump, who blamed every Mexican immigrant as rapists, as drug dealers, as those horrible people that bring crime to this country. And so, this blaming of immigrants, this nativist idea, is nothing new. It's been going on for hundreds of years in this country, unfortunately. So that's an example of nativism that, as a Mexican American, I have to hear, read almost daily. The way my community is challenging or trying to stop those systems of oppression, nativism in this case, is by going to Donald Trump's rally and organizing protests, organizing ways to stop his hateful speech, also organizing other events to educate the community, educate the community in that Latinos, Mexican Americans were not that type of people that Donald Trump is saying that were those horrible things. And, actually, the opposite. We're hardworking. We're students. I'm a teacher teaching about social justice issues to my students, teaching about systems of oppression that are used against people of color to keep away from me having the access to have equal power, equal opportunities. So we're educating our community that he is wrong, Donald Trump is wrong. We're also organizing events to stop his hateful speech.